Coming up tonight on YCN News, riots happened over the weekend on the date of the Keene Pumpkin Fest. Congresswoman Ann McLean Custer visits Claremont, and we'll take a look at the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber's Chocolate Fest. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Monday edition of YCN News. I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. Call it an unfortunate confluence of events. Keene's annual Pumpkin Festival went off without a hitch Saturday. Yet streets away from the city's downtown and off of the Keene State College campus, police in riot gear had to be called to quell mobs of young men and women intent on mayhem. Arrests, injuries, requiring hospital attention, property damage, and now damage to the city's and the college's reputation. Keene City officials are expected to issue a statement today on the violence. A news conference was scheduled for 4 p.m. today. Cleanup cost remains unknown, as does the financial toll for Keene and nearby towns' public safety workers. Police and fire crews from outside of Keene were called in to assist Keene police officers Saturday night. What began as an afternoon melee along Blake and Davis streets and near Winchester Court escalated into police dressed in riot gear, wearing face shields attached to helmets and some batons visible. Pepper spray was used to force people back home. In the aftermath of the riot, it remains unknown who participated. There has been no information yet on the number of college students who participated in the melee, and on the number of visitors to the area, where young men and women took turns jumping off a roof into the waiting arms of peers below on Winchester Court. Meanwhile, the day after, college students spent yesterday cleaning up the mess left behind, including on Winchester Court. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan says she is disgusted by what happened on Saturday night when students in off-campus locations took to the streets. Keene State College President Ann Huot told media outlets that promotion of the annual Pumpkin Festival was seen by some people as an invitation for unruly conduct. Huot says the college has been working with the city and students to ensure the day went well. In the end, that did not happen. It remains to be seen how the riot and its aftermath influenced the so-called town gown relations. In a show of party unity, a group of Democrats from Claremont and Unity hosted an event Friday night and invited candidate Ann McLean Custer. Custer spoke about the campaign season so far.
Well, my goal going to Washington was to bring people together to get things done. You know, I said from the beginning that Congress is broken, and what we need are people who can find common ground and work together. You know, I was raised right here in New Hampshire in a Republican family. I like to say born bipartisan, and so it comes very naturally to me to work across party lines and work together, and that's what we need to break through the gridlock.
Custer also noted her challenger's background. Republican State Rep Mary Linda Garcia from Salem seeks to unseat Custer.
She wants to abolish the Department of Education. We would not have any more student loans. We wouldn't have Pell Grants, and middle-class families would have a really hard time going to college. She wants to privatize Social Security, and that's going to be harmful to our seniors to put all their savings in Wall Street banks where they could lose it overnight. So we have big differences, and I think we can do it in a respectful tone, but the voters deserve to hear the difference. I want to invest in young people and their education. I want to invest in jobs and opportunity, and I want to make sure that seniors have a secure and dignified retirement.
Both women are running for the state's 2nd District congressional seat. Custer won the seat in 2012. She tells YCN News what she would like to continue working on if she wins re-election.
Well, what I'm most excited about really is the work that I've been doing with veterans. I'm very, very proud of the work on the Veterans Affairs Committee. And fortunately for me, this is a very bipartisan committee. And when our committee learned about the problems out in Phoenix at the VA hospital, we came together and passed very meaningful reform that's going to impact the lives of veterans right here in New Hampshire and give them access to quality health care in a timely way. So that's a goal that I want to continue to work on. We owe it to our veterans who have fought for our country. They served us, and now it's our turn to serve them. And again, in terms of contrast, my opponent voted against veterans benefits, and I just think we really need to do the best by our veterans.
On another political note, tonight YCN News is hosting a debate between the two candidates for the New Hampshire State Senate race District 8. Democrat and House Rep Linda Tanner of Sunapee is challenging Republican Jerry Little of Ware. Both are vying for the seat held for over a decade by Senator Bob Udell, now of New London. Udell is retiring and did not seek re-election. Be sure to tune in to YCN News tomorrow to learn more about tonight's debate. And the debate will be broadcast in its entirety in a special program on YCU TV 26. We'll televise the debate Tuesday, October 21st at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. and on Thursday, October 23rd at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. YCU is carried on Comcast channels 20 and HD 712 and on TDS cable channel 13. Meanwhile, due to unforeseen circumstances, the ceremony planned to illuminate the Civil War Memorial in Broad Street Park in celebration of Claremont's 250th anniversary has been delayed until November 11th, the E-Ticker News reports. More money is needed to cover the cost of lighting up the bronze Civil War statue of a Union soldier standing at the ready. The statue on Broad Street was first dedicated in 1869. 73 Claremont men lost their lives as a result of serving in the U.S. Civil War. About $3,000 is needed to illuminate the statue. Project organizer and city councilor Charlene Lovett says donations are welcome. If you are able and financially willing to help, please consider doing so. Checks can be made payable to the Broad Street War Memorial Park Fund. Mail the check to Claremont City Hall, 58 Opera House Square. All donations are tax deductible. Charlene can be reached by email at char_love@hotmail.com or via phone at 603-504-6273. When YCN News continues, we'll take a look at the Lake Sunapee Chamber's Chocolate Fest.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Elizabeth D'Orazio. Yesterday was a good time at Mount Sunapee Resort as the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber's 2014 Chocolate Fest and Challenge moved into their new venue. Let's join Lynn Solomon as she drew the short straw for this tough duty.
And it was a gangbuster year, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it sure was. Yes, we sold out of tickets at 1:30, so halfway through our event this year. So after that point, people were paying half price to get what they could get.
Super. I came in late and I had plenty of chocolate, so I don't think anybody left disappointed.
The reason why I do the Chocolate Fest is because I just like to push myself to try new things, to do different things. And this year I did a grilled chicken in a mole sauce, which has chocolate in it, kind of thinking outside of the box.
That's really neat. That's very unusual, using the chocolate as a main course as opposed to a dessert.
People were so excited about all of the chocolate creations that were out there. But this year, the winner for People's Choice went to Bistro Nouveau. The best presentation this year also went to Bistro Nouveau. The best chocolate this year goes to a newcomer, Tart Cafe and Bakery.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
This is your first year here.
It is, yes.
Very nice to come home with the Judges Award, which is the coveted prize.
I know. I wasn't expecting it. It was great.
Now, what did you feature in your booth this year?
I had a palais d'or cake, which is layers of chocolate cake and chocolate mousse, which is then topped with a chocolate glaze, and then pièce de résistance, it has the 24 karat gold on top as well.
Very nice. Is that something you feature with your company?
I do. It's one of my more popular cakes.
Well, what do you think about the event first time being here?
I loved it. It was so nice to see so many people come out. I wasn't expecting that. And I think Mount Sunapee hosting was a great venue.
Well, that's a great testimony to the success of the Chocolate Fest in its 19th year. Do you have any plans for the big 20th next year?
We've started brainstorming for the 20th, yes. So as we were planning this year's event, we were sort of thinking about what are some of the special things that we could do for next year. So I'm not going to give anything away just yet, but we do have some things up our sleeve for next year.
Mark your calendar for next year's 20th anniversary celebration of the Chocolate Fest. It's the Sunday after Columbus Day. Yum! Keeping high school juniors and seniors in mind, a local college program may be a great way to begin college. Faster and less expensive, River Valley Community College has a new program called Catch the Wave. It is a program for qualified 11th and 12th grade students and older homeschool students, where they can learn high school and college credits at the same time by taking courses at River Valley Community College. Qualified students might take courses such as biology, chemistry, calculus, human anatomy and physiology, engineering, college composition, humanities, history, and more. There are 3 college campus locations, 2 in Claremont and 1 in Keene. If you are looking for a place to help your young adult move toward their education goals faster and less expensively, take a new look at the Catch the Wave program. Contact Joanne Clifford, Department Chair of Math and Science, J. Clifford at cssnh.edu, or Susan Henderson, S. Henderson at ccsnh.edu, coordinator of Catch the Wave program. When YCN News returns, we'll hear from Nicole Myers from the Lighting Center.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Elizabeth Durazio. Let's take a look at weather and sports with Matt McDonald.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with highs in the 50s. On Tuesday, we'll have a chance of showers before noon. Highs will be in the mid-50s. Tuesday night, we may continue to have rain with lows in the 40s. Wednesday, the rain will continue. We'll have highs in the 50s. Wednesday night, we'll see heavy rain at times with lows in the 40s. And now let's take a look at our fall foliage report. We will continue to bring you foliage updates in New Hampshire and Vermont counties. And now it's time to take a look at our community calendar. Tomorrow in Hanover, New Hampshire, the Emerson String Quartet will perform at the Hopkins Center at 7 p.m. In Brattleboro, the Sam Amidon concert will take place at the New England Youth Theater at 7:30 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Last Friday, the Chamber Challenge Cup was played between Newport and Stevens High Schools on a balmy October night in Claremont. In the second quarter, with the score still 0-0, Newport's Tanner Sherman recovers this fumble to end a Stevens scoring bid. Moments later, C.J. Lawrence caps off the 60-yard scoring drive to put the Tigers up 6-0 partway through the second quarter. Here, the Newport defense comes up big once again as number 24 Tanner Sherman steals the ball and the senior races 37 yards to put Newport up 12-0. On the two-point conversion, the ball gets deflected, but Noah Wade is in the right place at the right time to give Newport the 14-0 lead. Late in the first half, Tanner Sherman makes another stellar defensive play picking off the Stevens pass. In the third quarter, Sherman continues his great play on defense with another interception. Sherman then goes on this long gainer to the Stevens 15-yard line, which sets up this touchdown pass from Tom Hogan to Stephen Nix to put Newport up 20-0. Even though it was called back for a block in the back, this pick six by Stephen Nix was the highlight play of the game. The junior weaved his way 95 yards after the interception, only to have the touchdown called back on a block in the back penalty. Newport went on to win 34-0 and is now 5-1 and will host Franklin on Saturday. Stevens is 1-5 and travels to Fall Mountain on Friday. The Stevens athletic director presented the Chamber Challenge Cup trophy to the victorious Tigers from Newport.
I'm the athletic director here at Stevens High School. This has been in our presence for the last year. We've enjoyed it, but obviously tonight you guys earned it, and we'll look forward to playing this game again next year. Congratulations.
If Newport wins their final 2 games versus Franklin and Newfound, the Tigers would be the number 1 seed in the NHIAA Division III Northern Conference playoffs.
Thanks, Matt. When we return, we'll join Capital Connections' John O'Connor.
The YCN News continues in a moment.